Hey guys, this is Denrei again, doing my second ever StarCraft audio commentary. This is the second set of Savior versus Shield, and for those of you who missed the first game, I'll spoil it for you. Savior was rolled over slowly and unimpressively by C in a very vanilla, no decisive moves from really either player. Just sort of, Savior kind of holed up and kind of tried to grab another expansion and sort of wandered around with some Mutalisks and some Lings and ended up getting rolled over by a bunch of Marines and tanks and science vessels. So hopefully we'll see in this game something pan out a little bit differently. I would love to see Savior just go ahead and try for some kind of ballsy move, or try for just something to establish some confidence and some control in terms of the progress of the match. I think that was that's really characteristic of how Savior used to play, is that he would step in there and he would just lay down how he was going to play the game. And he would watch for what his opponents were doing, and just elegantly, if he needed to, adapt around that and to that. But always he was really just in control of what was going on, and just supreme confidence all the time. I can't remember if it was Klazard or Diggity who was recently talking in one of their videos about just confidence and how that affects your gameplay in StarCraft, and I couldn't agree more. I think for my own play, just all the split-second decisions, and even the choice to make ballsy macro decisions. It's just so important, and I definitely feel like that might be the key element that Savior is missing these days. I don't think that he just woke up one day and was suddenly a bad StarCraft player. I mean, certainly, of course, he's not a bad StarCraft player even today with his current win-loss ratios, but he's definitely not to the caliber that he used to be, and I feel like he just sort of spiraled down with maybe he got into a slump and just lost that confidence and was just never able to pick it back up. So regardless, hopefully what I'd love to see from him is just some really ballsy, controlling moves, and I'd just love to see that unfold in this game right here. So. But unfortunately, so far, it really looks like things are developing into a very vanilla repeat of what happened last game. Nothing, everybody. C is just going to go ahead and look to grab that expansion pretty early on, and Savior's just going to let him have it, and I would guess just go for Mutalisks again right away. That Overlord in a little bit of trouble there, but I guess C decided that he was out of range of. I couldn't see if it was 2 or 3 medics there. Savior just pulling some drones off to populate his new expansion there. Probably going to look to get the gas sometime soon, and he's going to block the ramp there with those 2 Lings to prevent the scout in his own base, which is a good use for those 2 Lings, which would otherwise be idle. And it looks like C is just content to stay in his base, and so is Savior. So this is developing into going to be a longer game, and there's a layer. So I'm still thinking that we're going to see Mutalisks kind of soon. And it is unfortunate to see this unfolding in a very similar way to the previous game. I would have liked to see something to really sort of mix it up and shake things up, but. We'll see. We'll see. I still have confidence in Savior that he can pull something together out of this. So, Marine forces starting to pile up, starting to get substantial. It's a real big difference at this stage in the game. Just in turn, or there comes a point where Marines can just really overpower any kind of Zerg force that comes at them, and once it's critical, the difference between I guess I couldn't really give you any specific numbers. And was that Spire just went down there? So we're going to see Mutalisks pretty soon, I'm sure. And he's going to pull down some Lings right here. Maybe trying to stay out of the line of sight of that SCV there. I guess he didn't want to go after him or try to prevent him at all. Yeah, he's just going to go down and check out what's going on. But that force of Marines and now medics is more than enough to take out any kind of Zergling force that Savior would be able to pull at him right now. And that SCV almost got through, which I'm really not sure, honestly, how much difference that's going to make. I don't think that he is afraid of Savior really pulling anything sneaky. He's gonna pop up with these Mutalisks here in a second, and depending on the timing of this Marine push here and how those Sunkens come up, he might go straight for his opponent's base with those Mutalisks, or he might need them to defend a bit. But it looks like he's sort of taking his time here, and that's not really going to be an issue. I think that those Sunkens are going to be. Oh, but he canceled that last one, and I wonder, maybe I'll be completely wrong here, but these pretty good work there with those Lings. It's really easy to, even with a huge, like I was saying earlier, with a huge force of Lings, just have them melt in the face of a collection of Marines and medics. But that was pretty well done. He captured the units within range of the Sunken there, and was really able to do a decent amount of damage. And now he's going to run through. It looks like he's going to maybe try to sneak in there and do some damage, but those Marines there are going to be on the cliff, and more than enough to prevent any damage. So, and here come the Mutalisks. And I wonder if, in his scramble for sunken colonies there, if his resource use was a little bit miscalculated. He's only got 3 mutas there as far as I can see, which is not really enough to do anything too substantial when... Oh, there comes another one, though. So, and I guess the Marines just aren't quite back here yet, so he's able to at least delay the production of that factory. And those Mutalisks are going to have to take off here pretty soon, choosing not to sweep around to the secondary quite yet. Oh, there he goes, and that'll be... This is a pretty fun situation to be in when you're a Zerg player with Mutalisks here, and your opponent stuck on a ramp with his... And this is pretty well done by Savior, I'd say. Losing some Mutalisks there, but whenever the Marines line up like that, it's just great for the hit and run attacks here, and just whittling away at these forces. This is pretty well done by Savior, but he's choosing to pull back at this point. I wonder if he's going to reinforce those Mutalisks and keep it up, because really the Marines are getting pretty sparse here. But I'm not sure that he's going to be able to sort of pull anything home just based on this Mutalisk force alone. I think that he's going to have to just keep this to a harass. But he's still picking off at those Marines, and that's like I say, pretty well done. Not choosing to do any economic damage there. Oh, and here comes a much bigger force, which we'll see if this patience, this prudence pays off, and I think it will. It's really important to keep, even when your mutas get down and wounded, you can bunch them up really well, so the opponent can't necessarily target the ones that are wounded. So if you can mix them with a group of higher HP Mutalisks, then it's really the survivability increases dramatically. So, and hopefully, yeah, it looks like now he's going to go ahead and do some economic damage. I think it was wise of him to as much as possible focus on those Marines and make sure that the force didn't get up to any size that was, it's important that he didn't get greedy there and go for the economy when doing so would have allowed C to build up a force of Marines in a group that would be able to sort of push back his Mutaforce. And now a little bit troublesome here. He's losing some Mutalisks, and I wonder that secondary is completely shut down now, which is extremely important. But I wonder where C's tech is at this point, because